All right. Good morning. I think we've got this going here. We have just about 3 minutes to go for our Vibe Tribe. We've got, how many people here? Yes, 52 people. I should probably, I've already said good morning. 3 hours, 6 minutes, and a party. Looks like someone is talking about a tornado. Jeez, that would be crazy. So this workout, 10-minute workout, 10-minute warm-up, and then we hit a 1-minute surge. We settle in to 18 minutes at a moderate tempo pace. We hit a climb, we'll recover, and then we have about 8 minutes at Z2, and we do it again. So I'm just going to kind of roll through and repeat those. Vixen Vibe Tribe has been going since January, and all are welcome. It is open to all abilities. It is a workout on Zwift that is based off of your FTP. So once your FTP is set in the game, your workout will adjust according to that number that you have set. There are a couple ways to work with that, where if you're having a rougher day, see this here, happy to be here. We have a good group of regulars here that come each week, which is really fun. So if you can see above my head, I think that's where I placed it here, you can see the workout at the very bottom. If I can get out of the way there, there's arrows. You can adjust the percentage of the interval off of your FTP up to 10%. So if your FTP for the interval is telling you to hit 185 and you're having a hard time with that, you just dial down on the arrows. These are longer efforts, so I do try to make sure I have it in erg mode. So by erg mode, I can bring it up. It might be covered by my banner, but it's not up yet. So I can arrow up on my keyboard and then select erg mode on. If I'm fearing I'm getting locked up, like on one of the faster intervals, I try to spin up a little bit to anticipate the power being brought on so that I don't get locked up. And just carry on from there. But the idea is this: if you never stop pedaling, you will not get dropped. So turn erg mode off, turn it back on, whatever you need to do. So off we go. So one of the things in this workout is, I think I'm in erg mode, let me double check. So as I change my gears, it should hold me at that. Let's see, make sure arrow up. It is on, great. So with erg on, I just try to put my chain in the small cog in the middle of my cassette. So a small ring in the front and middle cassette in the back. I find spending so much time on a trainer, I tend to get a lot of chain stretch. My bike mechanic was telling me it's probably time for me to change the cassette on my trainer so that it will be shifting smoother and have less wear on my chain. So I will do that. I will hit the YouTubes and find out how to do that the right way, because when I first bought my kicker, I had a 11-speed cassette, and I had a 10-speed bike, so there was all kinds of destruction to my chain. So, I mean, it worked. It was fine, but I don't recommend it. I'm sure my bike manufacturer wasn't going to recommend that either. So, nice easy warm-up, and so we talk about food, we talk about exercise, all right, I'll probably get some music going too. Oh good, my mic is on. I had the feeling that maybe I turned my mic off. All right. Because we do cadence work in this workout, especially when it's light on the watts at the beginning of the workout, I'm trying to keep my cadence up. When I'm talking, it's really hard because I start to get distracted and my legs slow down. So it's a little bit of exercise and focus to keep them turning quickly. Again, if you're in erg mode, your smart trainer will adjust your power to be appropriate with your cadence. So if I slow down to 75 cadence, it's going to feel harder to pedal. So spin it up. That's the same thing when you hit that first surge, or 1 minute surge. It's important to keep the cadence up if you're in erg mode. Well, even if you're not in erg mode, but that's one way to avoid getting it locked up. All right, so I do have a Discord channel set up as well. Make sure everybody gets that. So in the comments, I just typed heartbreaking. I think I have the screen set in a way that you can't see all the comments that people are chiming in. But I guess there was a a bus accident, and lots of loss of life. I don't want to get all philosophical, but I will. I don't mean to get philosophical, but I will. You know, when you hear those things, and, you know, we're in our basement on our trainer, and our trainer has a dropout, and we can't connect, and Zwift takes forever to download, and it's like, these are problems that I'm happy to have, I'm lucky to have. The world's a crazy place. I'm not gonna say any more than that, because we all know it's crazy. But bus accident, lots of life. Appreciate every moment we have with each other, with our families, our friends. All right, sermon over, maybe. But I do feel very lucky to be here. All right, so that took about 35 seconds to untangle my headphones. I'm coming. I think Stephen Colbert did a little bit on someone could explain to him some complicated congressional procedure in the same amount of time it would take to untangle his headphones. That was a good bit. Discord. Oh, I'm so jealous of the Betty kit. Hey, good morning. I don't know if you can hear me. a little bit late to the party was setting up the stream. I'm going to go ahead and put the stream, the Discord link in to chat if people want to join. Let's see if this works. If I can paste in. I can't. To mail it to myself and then paste it in my computer. Okay, that'll work. So still just about 2 minutes in before our first surge, and we'll settle in. Did it crash again? Alright, so I don't have, there it goes. Messages. Alright, get some music going. Alright, so I have to send the Discord link to my email because I can't copy and paste it into the mobile link from my phone. So, but I'll do that now. There it is. Let's see. Nope. All right, here it comes. Spin up those legs. I'll have to do it after. All right, so 112, 113. So the first one always feels easy-ish, and then they tend to get a little harder as fatigue settles in. It's important to have your proper amount of fuel at the standby. I looked to make sure I brought it downstairs. I do have it, but it's not just fluids. I also need sugar, some amount of fuel. All right, so I think I have, why can't I paste it in? There it goes. Did it. All right. Hello, hello, hello. Okay, no problems. I'll send the link again. Well, that's okay. I know you're working. So here, trying to keep the cadence up, 95. I think that's a little bit faster than what most people are sort of comfortable at in terms of their most efficient cadence, power. So we all kind of find that number where we can do it. But this kind of sets us up to go a little bit quicker, train those legs to turn over quicker. Good morning on Discord. Nice to see you. Nice to have you here. Thanks, Jen, for covering for the last few times. I'm sure, yeah. And I still have to figure out what we're going to do, because I think there's enough interest to keep this going, but I have to figure out the timing in terms of once the weather gets nice, if we should move it earlier and do like 90 minutes, or if we should try to keep it where it's at, but people are going to be outside. Yeah, you know, I mean, because Sunday with the being on a trainer, you can kind of do that focused work and you can spend less time doing it. But definitely want to get, because you're doing the B2VT as well, right? So we need a few outdoor long ones. Yeah, also the perspective too of like when we did that race out in Western Mass, and I was like, oh yeah, you don't really know how fast or slow you're going, you just know how hard you're working. So you're like, okay, so this is what it translates into. Yeah, exactly. And this is why I try to have us do like a higher power, higher cadence here, because invariably your legs will slow down, and you, depending on how steep it is, you might run out of gear, but it kind of saves you some legs. All right, so we are 5 minutes into our first 18-minute set. We're going to keep it going nice and smooth. Good morning. Thanks for joining, Corey. Yeah, I am the biggest wimp. I like it over 50. Like, that's when I start to, I'm like 51, I'm out the door. Under 50, I'm like, sorry. Yeah, there's a group here that they try to push me to get outside, and I definitely, the times that I've made the effort was worth it, but sometimes they just stop asking because I'm like, yeah, no, I'll sweat in my basement until it's really spring, because we got snow on Friday, I think it was, and I was like, no, I don't want snow. Boston area. Yeah, I mean, it's well, yeah, that's kind of where I was like, ugh. It didn't really stick or do anything, but it was like looking out the window, being like, no. On the you know, everything's starting to bloom finally, and my allergies are kicking in. So right. That's right. Yeah, I've seen that happen. A couple weeks ago, I was like, I got dropped. Like, they had some update that made it weird. So sometimes we'll split and come back together. It's really a weird phenomenon. Still better than doing it by yourself, that's for sure. Oh, yeah. Yeah, for sure. There's no way I would do this by myself. All right, so okay, lots of confetti here. Almost halfway through our first interval here. Yeah. I do. Well, yeah, on these... Oh, sorry, Jen, didn't mean to cut you off. Go ahead. Yeah, I definitely, some of these long ones, when we're coming towards like the last set, I will turn off erg sometimes or adjust the FTP. I try to stay true for as long as I can, and you'll know because I'll go quiet. Well, yeah, the first hour and a half, I can hang and talk and do what I'm supposed to do. It's the last half that I start to feel like, oh God, I need all my breath. Oh, super fun. Yeah, I've gone to Vermont for that experience, which has been fun. And the forget where I was, but near Stowe, Vermont, they have like all of these high-tech, gravity-fed siphons off the trees with this elaborate labyrinth through the woods. Yeah, it's pretty cool. Oh, really? Yeah, it was really quite something to see and learn about, sort of the life of a tree and how many times it was tapped, and sort of they had like some trees that had fallen down or cut down, and they had you could see the cross sections and you can see where they had been tapped over the years. Interesting. Yeah, it's good. Well, you realize the stuff you get at the supermarket isn't like what isn't like it. Yeah. Yeah. Well, when you look at the operation, I mean, at least where I was in Stowe, they had like the wood burning, like how much wood they have to do to heat the syrup up or heat the sap up, and you know, it's like super labor intensive. Fun. Enjoy yourself. We try to do these rides so people can feel like they can hop in and hop off like at any part, like do a couple sets and go do their day. So glad you could come for part of it. All right, another 3 minutes. It's a little over 3 minutes before we hit that climb. I'm going to do it at a low cadence. And I am riding in erg mode right now. So it'll be a quiet couple minutes. Yeah, I don't know why that is. If they just changed it when they got in. Yeah, I agree. It's not pretty, but Well, thank you. I'll say thank you. It's from years of doing live productions where you have 17 screens and 3 conversations. Ooh, little surge right there. Aw, thanks, Chris. Yeah, I had a good day. It was one of my favorite days. Yeah. These workouts though really helped in LA, I think, because I had a good base. And these workouts, they're not easy. When I design them, I'm like, it'll just be saddle time, and I'm like, oh, actually they're really hard. But they work. They're effective. Here we go, guys. We're gonna hit it, spin it up, and then settle in on the high cadence. I let the erg mode hit the watts first, and then I let my legs slow down. All right, keep it going, nice and steady. We'll have a short 2-minute downhill after this climb, and then we'll recover 8 minutes at endurance E2. And the Vibe Tribe always picks one of the routes that has a lot of vertical. So people trying to get their Tron, or people doing that challenge that's going on right now, will get the vertical. So spin it out 100, 105 here, flush them out, and then we'll settle back in. D2. So what race, Jen, did you do yesterday? Yeah, I said, what race did you do? How did you feel in your training? You still dropped me on a hill, and I'm not tall. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, there's the B2VT has, oops, a miscue here. The B2VT has that one Leviathan, which is one of the time segments. And that one, it's like pretty much you have to be ready for a, a threshold effort for 20 minutes. So, my whole goal is to, it's like 80 miles in or something, or 60 miles in. It's like stupid. But my whole thing is like trying to get there, feeling as fresh as I can, and then, emptying it but not emptying it because I still have 50 miles to go. Yeah, there's not a lot of climbing opportunities in southeastern Mass either. Oh, that's fascinating. As I think about my pedal stroke and think about my body position, that makes sense. I'll have to read about that. You might be able to, but the other thing you could do is we started swapping recipes on the Vixen, the Velocity Vixen Facebook page. So if you want to share info with the group on that, the link, feel free to post on the page, or message. You can private message us if you prefer not to put your name out there. I get some people are more private, but yeah. Velocity Vixen. So we have two pages. We have like a fan page, which is a closed group, which we invite people to because we kind of post a little more actively there. But then we have like a public like team page that we just started a couple weeks ago, and that's the public page. So Velocity Vixen, we should say sports team. Yep. I don't think we have a gray dog. We have our logo. Yeah, there was a few that we were like, oh, that's all right. But I was still surprised that Velocity Vixen was available. Purple with our logo. page is fine. Team page is good. Awesome. Yeah. Yeah, I always am somewhat embarrassed when people say, oh, you know, so-and-so, and it's like this like famous like person who's known for their contributions, some relative, something to the sport, and I'm like, yeah, the name. And part of it is I'm so new to the sport. Oh, that's fascinating. I have had 3 knee surgeries, 2 ACL replacements and reconstructions, and so I and one leg I think is shorter than the other, and so like biomechanically, my fitter is really good, and I'm sure she considers all kinds of things, but for me it's also to make sure that I can not have discomfort. Yeah, discomfort. Yeah. Well, it's interesting because in I was just in Los Angeles doing the live Zwift racing with CVR, and I had rented a bike, and I brought my pedals in my seat, but I was on a bike with different geometry, and you know, I'm there with Hunter Allen, and he's putting, you know, making sure it's right, and I was probably like so close to what I have or what I could have compared to being on a different bike with different geometry. But definitely at the end of the weekend I was like, yeah, my hamstring on my right side, my seat might have been just a smidge high, like it probably was right, but for me I have to be a little bit lower. So we've got a whole conversation going on Discord about cleat position and seat height. Yeah, oh, awesome. Yeah, no, again, mine has all been about making sure I don't injure, because they took out a tendon from my quad, so my right quad is physically different because it's missing a tendon from my quad, which was basically butchered me. So I have to rely on my hamstring more on that side. So I'm kind of at a deficit to begin with. Why am I talking right now? Okay, great, we'll call it training. All right, we'll settle back in. So the 18 minutes of our green blocks, or Z3, are 95, and the 10 minutes are at 85. So kind of mix it up a little bit. What's that? Did I miss something? I'll go back. No, it's frustrating. Yeah, it's frustrating. Yeah, I know, that was great. And then also I get like my microphone gets sweaty and then you guys can't hear me anyway. So Me too, me too. And I was typoing too, fluids. That's when the sweat starts messing with my screen too. Alright, so another climb is coming. 4 minutes, and then 4-minute recovery, then back to Z2, and then we repeat the set again. Yeah, that's interesting. I also keep mine inflated because I'm pinch flats and potholes. $110, $115. Less on my cross bike, but on my road bike. comes the banner. Using my energy. Off of the Zwift again. I'm gonna hop back on. All right, so back to Z2 here, 95 for 6 minutes. Then we're gonna repeat the entire set. So 18 minutes Z3, 2 minutes Z4, 2 minute recovery as a descent, 8 minutes Z2, and then a mini set, 1 minute Z4, 10 minutes Z3, 4 minute climb, 4-minute recovery, and then here we are, 6 minutes. So we're just going to do the same thing over again. The 18 minutes are 95 cadence, and the 10-minute green efforts are 85. All the yellows, I'm doing 75, 85, simulating a climb. In the grays, I'm simulating going downhill, flushing out the legs, spinning it out at 100, 105. So this is hour number 1 of 3 hours. I'm going to sign it off. We're going to do the same thing for 2 more hours. If you're still with me, I'd be surprised. So, hope everyone has a great day. I hope you can join us every Sunday. And until next time, we'll see you next week.